everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Eagles coming in at 1-4, going up against the Giants, who come in at 1-3.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down at the 22-yard line.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call, partner, hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage. They're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And Ingram holds it in. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Let's go.
Throwing, Bridgewater. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. It's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. In a 3-4 defense there, and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of tough.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dalvin Tomlinson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Second down, Bridgewater. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
To throw, Bridgewater. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
So we have to remember this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks, had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there.
The drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This is Ajayi. And he'll be taken down at the 18. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the
and this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for New York. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7. Oh, nice move. And now running right through it. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet.
After review of the play, the rookie on the field stands.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
It's hard to play in the NFL now as a running back and not catch the football as well. Jay Ajayi shows what you can do when you have both of those skills.
Good in space, isn't he?
He really is able to catch the ball, and he helps create blocks downfield. A lot of times that's what people miss. It's not just making other guys miss you. It's setting up guys to block those guys downfield with the moves you make, and Jay Ajayi does that very well.
Now it's Ajayi. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Now Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
Well, they do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up second down. Too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Ajayi, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack, because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that, because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits,
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half